Okay then, Helldivers, we are back. We've got a lot to go over today. There seems to be some confusion with the next Warbond, and everybody's having some really weird conversations and may have got some information a little bit juggled up. On top of that, the de-escalator seems to be absolutely El Broco right now, so we're going to show you guys exactly what's going on with the problems in that one. And we're also taking a look at the charity movement that we've had recently, as that's now finally come to an end, and the amount of money that we've raised as Helldivers is absolutely astronomical. So we're going to go over everything that you guys need to know today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe with post notifications turned on, it'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you check out our incredible sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can get your video games cheaper for PC and console with the best deals, offers, promotions and discounts. The link's down in the description. You can get up to 70% off. It's a no-brainer. With that being said, we've also got the giveaway happening right now. We're going to be announcing it tomorrow. If you want to get involved with that, all you have to do is head down to the comment section and put in a lightning bolt emoji. It'll enter you in to the giveaway. We'll announce that one tomorrow. With that being said, though, let's dive into the game and see what it is that's happening right now in Helldivers 2. So taking a look at the Galactic War table right now, we're going to give you guys a quick update on our major order as to where we're actually at. We've got 3 days remaining and 2 attacks to defend from the automatons remaining on that major order. This shouldn't be all that difficult. At the moment, we've got 2 planets sat here, one of Ostotu and one of Virilia, and Virilia currently is sat at a level 8, being one of the lower ones as right now. Ostotu is sat at a level 12, meaning that all Helldivers should right now be on Virilia 5 alongside the DSS, meaning hopefully we can take this thing at some stage pretty soon, although we are currently losing the defend on it. It's an interesting move for sure. With only 7 hours left on the clock, it appears that the automatons are really stretching and making some ground over here, with the Nanos sector and the Sagan sector recently being fully taken. It's quite a deep movement for sure. Meanwhile, over on the Illuminates, they're now starting to take more ground as the Frisk sector is now getting taken, and the bugs are still holding, well, pretty much a quarter of the map. It seems pretty crazy and chaotic right now, as it appears that we now have less sectors than I think we ever have. So all Helldivers to Hellpots, we recently have just had the airburst rocket launcher stratagem that was available for free in every drop, but unfortunately that has now ended, as we've had that for the last 24 hours. Hopefully we'll see something else come through the midst very soon, as it's going to be a very difficult one in there. Taking a look at your Superstore right now, though, we have got the Hellbent set coming from the Servants of Freedom alongside the Combat Hatchet. Again, we've just recently had the warrant, so we are going to have to wait quite a while for that one, of around 10 more days before we can see that thing come back. But nonetheless, right now, that's where your store is at. In other news, we're going to take a look into the Discord, because it appears that some people are getting very confused with what it is that's happening with the next Warbond. The next Warbond is obviously being worked on and probably finalized at this point. It's probably been fully designed, although a lot of people have been taking some miscommunications from what it is that Baskinator has been saying. Somebody stated, did Baskinator say something about the next Warbond being something for us Seath enjoyers? And Baskinator said no, and never said anything like that. Now, I've had a lot of questions about this. A lot of people have got it misconstrued. She did make a comment previously saying she was excited for the Warbond, but where the Seath came into it was this statement right here, where somebody stated, would a Seath Warbond actually be something that would work in HD2? And the Baskinator said that it probably could work, because she thought that the mod team could do absolutely anything, and she didn't understand how some of the previous Warbonds would work, and they'd shown us the item concepts, and suddenly the theme is theming, and the Warbond is completely made. So the idea of a Seath Warbond could work, but it doesn't mean that's what we're getting next. As to when the next Warbond is due to drop, we've got around a couple of weeks left on that one, and Helldivers does seem to be quieting down. Everyone seems to be completing those Warbonds and getting everything up to date, and we're getting back into the quieter period before we upload into the next big updates. As for what it is that we're seeing right now, though, there was a video posted up by OhDough, an incredible Helldivers YouTuber. If you've not seen him already, you've been hiding under a rock. I'll leave his link down in the description below to go and check him out. But he did a video about players getting kicked because of this new Warbond in Helldivers 2. He went over so many things, such as team killing with the K9, but primarily he made a single statement which genuinely shows a massive problem with weaponry inside of the games right now. Take a look at this.
A 4-man group, Just Cutter can kill a Factory Strider to the feet in around 8 shots. Solo, it's 20 plus. So effectively, the gun is 70% worse when you're playing solo.
So essentially what he was saying was actually running the game solo made it so that the de-escalator was 70% worse, which is absolutely insane. I have no idea how it is that the numbers correlate inside of the game's files or anything like that, and whether Arrowhead have got anything to actually say about it. We'll have to wait and see. Might message some of them later on today and see if we can get some clarification on that, although OhDough probably has already done it. It's quite a big test, though, because it does lead to the example of some weapons are being deemed as really, really bad, when actually they're just being run in solo moves. There was a bug run once upon a time where if you were playing with a PlayStation player, there was an automatic buff to weaponry. I have no idea if that's still a thing or not, but again, we need to take a look into that one. But if you are running solo, then the de-escalator right now is probably not something you want to do, as 20+ shots from the de-escalator to take out a strider to the feet is absolutely insane. One thing that is insane, though, and something that we should all be really, really proud of, is Helldivers to Heroes Save the Children Foundation. The Freedom Alliance and Save the Children Foundation have actually finished the event that was once upon on June 24th, and the amount of money that they have raised is absolutely exponential. If we take a look at this link right here, we can see that we raised $122,000 for the charity, which is absolutely massive, and that is not even all of it. As we can see via these images right here on the auction, the helmet alone sold for $9,500, with numerous pieces of artwork, tote bags, and copies of the game signed. All went up by thousands in the last day of the auction actually running through. So a massive shout out to every Helldiver that put their hand in their pocket to help save the kids once again. And hopefully Arrowhead do this on a yearly basis, because I think that it could be something which is absolutely huge. What I would like to see, though, in the next one is potentially when you donate, actually receiving a code for an item in-game so that people in the game know that you did your part. And if you haven't done anything to help support the children, then maybe that would entice people a little bit more. That's just my 2 cents on it, but I think that would be a very cool thing and something a lot of gaming companies have already done previously. Now, we've got to take a look at the numbers behind Helldivers 2, because the conversations of Helldivers being dead right now seems to be going around a lot. A lot of us content creators have been having conversations in the background with regards to how it is that the game is performing currently, whether that is in-game or analytic-wise through YouTube, and it does seem that there is a massive decrease, at least for content anyway. As far as what's going on in-game, though, it doesn't seem to really be dropping massively. There has been a slight dip, but if we take a look at the Steam charts, and we know that that's not the total number, we can see right here that the 24-hour peak on a Sunday was at 61,000 total Helldivers. Now, this has taken a bit of a drop, as we were in 6 figures previously, and this is naturally how Helldivers normally goes. It generally has its peaks, and then it has its troughs, and right now we're in its trough where content isn't really bustling through the teeth, and we haven't had a big update or Warbond to work for a good few weeks now. Unfortunately, the world of Helldivers moves pretty quickly, and 24 to 48 hours, a lot can change, and a lot does indeed. One thing that we don't want to change, though, and this is a big Reddit post for me personally, is somebody was talking about Fortnite. Yeah, I know, I never thought that I'd say the words inside of a Helldivers video, but somebody said, since we can't really make Fortnite memes right now, let's talk about what's not in the game. What skins do you want to see in the game someday? Now, they actually had a Helldiver on the icon listing, and people are begging for that not to be the case. I can't imagine Arrowhead ever really doing it, although you never really know. Fortnite is a ginormous platform and manages to dwindle around a lot of companies, something that we could potentially see in the future. Now, I do hope that it doesn't happen, because I don't want Helldivers to be tarnished with the Helldivers movement inside of Fortnite. It just really doesn't work, but I would also understand if they did do it as to why it would be from a financial standpoint. But we're going to take a look at your top comments, and if you want to make a comment on the Fortnite debacle, then make sure you do in the comment section. I can imagine the vocabulary in that one would be colourful. Take a look at your top comments from the previous video, though. We have got a lot to go over as we were talking about the review bomb cape that finally made its way into the game. This first person right here, and I'm so glad I can read this out, states, finally able to buy the game after the region lock was removed. We'll wear the cape always as a seething reminder of Sony's stupidity. Now, I absolutely love that. Welcome to the rankings. Make sure that you fight for democracy and for freedom every single day. It's so nice to have new Helldivers in the game, that's for damn sure. This next one states right here, though, this is a very thoughtful addition to the game. You could say the meaning of the cape goes deeper than the commitment Helldivers 2 fans have to the game. Gamers' voices can be heard. They can stand up against the bad practices and make a change. The gaming industry isn't in a good state right now when it comes to AAA and AA games, but we can make a change. Now, I do solidly believe that, and at the moment, there's a massive, massive movement for stop killing games. We go over quite a lot of it on the second channel, which we hopefully will be uploading to later today as well, so make sure you stay tuned to that. We've got a full array of gaming news content, but there is a lot to be said for the way that the gaming industry is right now, and it's really, really sad to see for the most part. Hopefully it does take a change, and it starts with you gamers. If you want to change, then you need to make sure your voices are heard. This final one right here states, I'm going to wear the cape as a constant reminder of our brothers and sisters we've lost due to the Sony atrocities. Now, this is something which is really, really frustrating. Essentially, that took a year for those countries to actually be reinstated, which means that there were tens of thousands of Helldivers which came off of the game and just never returned because they were no longer able to play it a year down the line. Although I will say, if you are one of those Helldivers joining in now, a lot has happened and there is a lot more content on the table, so there's a lot more stuff for you guys to be able to do if you do feel inclined to come back. But if you don't, I can't say I realistically blame you. Unfortunately though, that's all we've got time for today. That has been an interesting 24 hours, and hopefully we get a mad update coming through tomorrow, as it is Tuesday, also known as Update Day in the Helldivers universe, and fingers crossed we'll see something big. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful like button, subscribe with post notifications turned on, appreciate your faces, and as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.